From a basement recording studio in an undisclosed location, this is Sales Game. Please welcome today's contestants. Founder at the sales-led GTM agency, Leslie Venetz. VP Strategy and Enablement at Sam Sales, Kimberly Collins. Account Executive at Audience Plus, Amanda Bagley. And VP of Community at Sailboat, Joshua Bailey. And your host of Sales Game, the founder of Popper AI, yours truly, Jeff Hatton. So buckle up and let's get ready to play Sales Game. All right. Hey, welcome to Sales Game, contestants. Thanks everybody for being here. As usual, I've got a special celebrity judge to introduce you to for Sales Game Episode 7. Put your hands together for Episode 3 rock star, Mr. Caspian Lukey. All right, Caspian, welcome. It's so great to have you here, buddy. Great to have you back on Sales Game. So before we get started here, Caspian, do you have any words of wisdom, any advice for our contestants?
Yes, I do. And I appreciate you having me on. And I appreciate you calling me Rockstar, because he can't call me winner, because I think I got third or I got last place when I was a contestant. So take my advice with a grain of salt, because do as I say, not as I do. I would say, number one, make sure that that you enjoy yourself, right? This is ultimately meant to be helpful, but also make sure you don't take yourself too seriously. We're going to be doing some goofy things, having some fun. But I would also say, take note of what other contestants do well, right? We're all familiar with sales or sales adjacent roles. So it's important to understand competitive positioning. And then finally, and this is my personal favorite, if you feel like you're not sure how to position yourself against a competitor, you can't lose by going with enthusiasm. So when in doubt, be enthusiastic, and I think that you all are going to do excellent. So I can't wait to see each and every one of you absolutely crush it. But excited to be here and honored to be a judge.
Love it. Now, Caspian, if you guys remember back from Sales Game Episode 3 was Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's who he selected for his sales impression. So he is here to pump you up, is what it sounds like, right there.
Exactly. I did say I'll be back. So,
that's right. All right. Good stuff. Well, with that said, let's go ahead and play our first sales game, which we call Word Up.
Word Up.
Once the random word generator starts, contestants, you'll push the button in front of you to select a word. You'll then give your best piece of practical sales advice containing that word. It's time for Word Up. And Leslie, we're going to start with you. Go ahead and put your hands on your buzzer and say stop when you're ready.
Stop.
Okay, Leslie, give us your best piece of sales advice containing the word Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss taught us that if we do not like green eggs and ham, we do not like them Sam I am. It doesn't matter where you serve them, in a house or somewhere else, you're not going to like them. So in sales, stop trying to sell something to your buyer that isn't relevant or valuable to them, because it doesn't matter how you try to sell it in a house or somewhere else, they're not buying it.
All right. She's clearly read some Dr. Seuss before. All right. Nice work, Leslie. Some good advice there. Okay, next up, we're going to go to Kimberly. Kimberly, hands on your buzzer. Stop when you're ready.
Stop. Cool.
All right, Kimberly, your best piece of sales advice containing the word Kool-Aid.
All right. So when you're on a discovery call, right, your job on that discovery call, it's not to sell, it's to solve. So if you drank the Kool-Aid from your sales leaders or leaders of the past that said, sell, 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 as soon as someone gets on and they breathe, I need you to sell, right? And you drink that Kool-Aid and you're like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get through this discovery call. Take a step back, right? Try to think about how you can solve their problems instead. Take that Kool-Aid, dump it out, replace it with a nice warm beverage, take a breath, and try to learn your buyer's actual challenges and see and find ways that you can solve them.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. That's what discovery is all about, right? Really just understanding what the actual challenges are and lining up with that. So don't just drink the Kool-Aid, drink the warm beverage, pour it out. What's your favorite? What's the warm beverage of choice, Kimberly?
Gin, warm. Coffee. I'll give the PC answer. Coffee.
That's good. Oh, good stuff. All right. Well, next up, we are going to go to Amanda. Amanda, hands on your buzzer. Stop when you're ready.
All right. Stop.
Okay, Amanda.
That's not a word.
All right, Amanda.
Okay.
Best piece of sales advice containing Back to the Future.
Yeah. Okay. So in that first call that you have with a potential buyer, you really have to nail it, making sure that they feel comfortable and like they're not constantly being sold to or interrogated, because you'll never be able to go back to the future and do it again.
That was good. That was good. But it's true, right? Yeah, I mean, you get one chance to make a first impression. If that first call doesn't go well, it's hard to call them up and be like, I really blew it. I'm sorry I didn't actually do any research ahead of time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I asked bad questions. Yeah, I mean, you totally need a time machine to go back to the future to figure that out again, or back to the past, or however that works. But we get it. Nice
we
work.
don't have a DeLorean.
Awesome. Good job, Amanda. All right. That leaves us with one. Joshua, hands on your buzzer. Stop when you're ready.
Stop.
All right, Joshua.
Nice.
Give us your best piece of sales advice containing the word mullet.
All right. Well, some internal sales advice for y'all. Be proactive. Seek information and data from leadership that's going to show what works and what doesn't within your sales process. Just like a mullet, the party's in the back, and you need to be in the back of your mind at all times thinking about that activity or interaction that works within your sales process so you can become a better sales performer.
All right. He goes party in the back with mullet. All right. Nice work. Nice work. All right. Good job. Good job. All right. You guys all did great work there. Nice work. We got through that first game. Caspian, I'm going to have to turn to you, Judge. Let us know how do things shake out after round one. Scores for round one.
Yeah. So firstly, let me say you all did incredibly well. Oh my goodness. Whether it was Leslie talking about green eggs and ham, making sales advice rhyme. Kimberly, I loved how you mentioned the importance of taking a step back, not drinking the Kool-Aid, replacing it with gin or whatever works for you. Amanda, Back to the Future. Concise but effective. I loved it. It was being concise is an area of improvement for me, so I appreciated that. And Josh, excellent. I love, mullets have found their way back into mainstream culture, which I did not think was going to be possible. But you all did excellent. We have a two-way tie right now. So both Leslie and Josh with 100 points. And right behind we have Kimberly and Amanda with 95. So it's very, very close as we go into round two. But seriously, I could not hope to do a word up approach as well as any of you. So very, very impressed.
Yeah, you guys did great. All right. All right. Well, it's a super tight match. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to be right back with some introductions to each of these contestants. And our very next sales game, it's going to be practically tactically. Stay tuned after the break.
Sizzle Reel. S, the sales-led go-to-market agency, the company I founded. I, ideal customer profile, the people I teach you to get in touch with. Z is... Oh God, we're still on Z? L, lead qualification, a process I can build for you. E, engagement, what you should have with me if you need the strategies, the processes, or the sales training to outbound better.
All right, welcome back from the break. All right, it's time to go ahead and meet our amazing contestants for Sales Game Episode 7. First up, we're going to meet Joshua Bagley from Sailboat. Yes, you, Joshua. Hey, Joshua, this is fascinating. My producers are telling me that you've traveled and lived in 27 countries in the last 2.5 years and owned a nightclub in Guatemala. I mean,
So, yeah, I did. Actually, your producers might have got something a little bit wrong. It was 37 countries. I don't mean to be that guy. But yes, I did own a nightclub and go to 37 countries the last couple of years. It's been a lot of fun.
Jim, you're fired. Sorry, I just had to take
Get out of here, Jim.
37 countries. Holy moly.
I'm tired. I settled down in New York City. I'm back in the U.S. It's been 9 years. I'm back, baby.
How did you pull this off? I mean, you just decided you're just going to do, did you work during the time or?
I did. Yeah. I worked online, a couple different jobs in sales as well. And my wife and I worked at the same companies and did our own thing and just hopped country to country.
Oh man, what an awesome experience. What was the highlight? What was the place that you really miss?
That question is always asked, and I will say my top two, but they're so different, is Japan and Italy. Lived in those two countries, very different, but both amazing in their own ways.
Oh, that's awesome. I've been to Italy a couple times, love it. And Japan is super high on my list as well. So that's good validation for me. Good stuff. What about a nightclub in Guatemala? I mean, that sounds like a big deal.
That was a lot of fun. I moved to Guatemala when I was 22, and then I got the opportunity to buy into a nightclub, ran the nightclub for about 5 years, and then I had to get out of that scene. So I ended up leaving the country and traveling with my wife.
Fantastic. So when you were traveling, did you stay in hostels or did you stay in nice places or did you kind of mix it up?
Yeah, so it was mostly Airbnbs, but a couple hostels here and there. In Japan, it was hostels because it was cheaper.
Yeah, good stuff. Oh, what a lifetime of memories, I'm sure. All right. Well, thanks so much for being here, Joshua. All right, next up, we are going to go ahead and meet Amanda Bagley from Audience Plus. All right, Amanda, hopefully Jim got this one right. So I understand that you're deathly allergic to mangoes.
I am, Jeff.
Oh my goodness. How did you find that out?
I found that out when I was 8 years old and I ate my first mango.
And was it?
And I went into anaphylactic shock and had to go to the hospital.
Oh my goodness. And have you been able to stay?
It was the most delicious fruit I had ever tried.
Oh, how scary for your parents and for you.
Yes, it was more so confusing for everyone because my tongue and my lips got really big and I couldn't breathe, and we had never experienced anyone going into anaphylaxis. So I think confusing and terrifying would be the best way to describe the whole situation.
Oh my goodness. And has there been a slip up since? Have you been accidentally?
Yes, you'd be surprised. Growing up in Florida, they put mango in everything. So I've gotten really good at asking, regardless where I am these days. It's almost become like part of my personal brand. Like if you go out to eat with me at like somewhere that might have mango, I always say, ask if they have mango in anything. So people think I'm lying, but it's a real thing.
Right. Yeah. It's not one of them that you would think of as like, the kind of the top food allergies that people would have. But
yeah, it turns out that they're in the same family as like poison oak and poison ivy. So it's not common, but I know there's people watching this that are allergic to mango. And if you are, I'm there with you. They are delicious fruit that we can never eat.
They are.
The forbidden fruit.
Yeah,
I know how tough that my wife has a food allergy, and I know how tough it is to navigate those things and how careful you have to be so that, especially when you go out to eat at a restaurant, so that something doesn't accidentally get put in there.
Yeah.
Well, It's so great to have you here, Amanda. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Next up, we're going to meet Kimberly Collins from Sam Sales.
Hi.
Kimberly.
Yes.
I have to hear more about this. It says that you spent hours unknowingly talking to a Russian spy who is now in prison.
That's right. Yeah. So I was at a Christmas party, and I met this person at the bar, and I was talking to him for a super long time, like a very, very long time, hours and hours at this party. And then he left, and a friend came over to me, and she said, so you were talking to this person? And I said, yeah. And they said, so just a quick question. Did you tell him everything about yourself? And I was like, yeah, I think I did. And then the friend says, did he tell you anything about himself? And I went, no, actually he didn't. and then the friend said, I think that person's a spy. And I was like, that's crazy. And then I thought about it, and I was like, wow, that is very spy-like behavior, to get a lot of information out of somebody without revealing anything about yourself. And so less than a year later, big, huge TV announcement, totally a Russian spy. U.S. citizen, Russian spy, arrested, now in prison, and the rest is history. So yeah, so be suspicious if you're ever out and someone's asking you lots of questions about yourself, and they don't say anything about them. But goes to show. I'm going to turn this into sales advice, right? Only goes to show how much people love to talk about themselves. So when you learn about them and you learn about your prospects and you ask them questions about themselves and personally, people love to talk about it, just like I did for hours, not even thinking to once ask any questions to this.
Now, did you have any kind of background that would have lent itself to any sort of interesting information, or was it just he was just practicing being a spy?
I think that practicing, I definitely don't have anything. I worked in politics for ages, so there was nothing in my background that is not out there in the public realm. So no interest, just definitely a talent and a skill that this person had. So, and when I say spy, I should clarify, like, he worked in exchange for a bottle of vodka. So not a high paid Russian spy, but a spy nonetheless.
Oh, wow. Good story. Really, really interesting. Thanks for being here, Kimberly.
Yeah, of course.
That's a great story. All right. Last up, we are going to go ahead and meet Leslie Venetz from the sales-led GTM agency. Leslie, so great to have you here. I'm going to have to ask for an example of this, because it sounds like when you're home alone, you love to scream, sing Broadway classics.
Yeah, sure do. Yeah, I sure do, Jeff. I'd also just mention that we were explicitly told to give a fun fact, and Josh got Jim fired. Amanda narrowly avoided death by mango, and Kimberly almost got identity thefted by somebody that clearly was going to use it to buy vodka. And I'm like, just over here scream singing Hamilton, folks.
Yeah, none of ours was fun, actually. That was fun.
Oh, that's hilarious that Amanda almost died from mango poisoning.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good observation. So
People are like, no, do a job in sales. I swear, we're so fun.
What's your favorite Broadway show? What would we hear if we were a fly on the wall?
Hades Town is the one that I am scream singing probably most loudly right now. It's exceptional. But I have a best of Broadway playlist. I like to go through the whole thing. There is one song that gets me in trouble sometimes when I sing it in public, because it is from the Beetlejuice soundtrack, and it is Dead Mom. And yeah, it's a really funny song. Like, it's meant to be sarcastic and funny, but if people don't have the context, that one's a little bit jarring. Mostly, though, I'm singing in my office so loudly that my darling husband, who works in the kitchen, has to come open the door and be like, "Hey, babe, like I'm on work call, and my clients can hear you, and it's scaring them." I'm here to hear.
So, did you have a drama music background growing up? Is that how you?
No, I didn't. I am tone deaf. So I'm not singing them, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, go on, girl." They're like, "Please stop." But it brings me joy, so joke's on them.
Oh, I love it. All right, any chance we're gonna hear a sample of the greatest hits?
No.
Fair enough. All right, fair enough. Well, thanks so much for being here, Leslie. So now it's time to go ahead and play our next sales game, which we call Practically Tactically. Practically Tactically. Each contestant will use their buzzer to randomly select a problem that sellers encounter today. They'll then need to share a practical piece of tactical sales advice to overcome that problem, while also delivering their advice containing this episode's Practically Tactically twist. Get ready for Practically Tactically. All right, and this episode's Practically Tactically twist comes from none other than Amelia Taylor, our contestant from episode 2 of Sales Game. She wants you to give your practical, tactical advice while acting and being exceedingly excited and optimistic. So we need you to be overly excited and optimistic as you're giving your advice. All right. So we're going to start with you, Kimberly.
Okay. All right.
So Kimberly, hands on your buzzer. Stop when you're ready.
Stop. Okay.
Okay. Looks like the problem that you've selected, Kimberly, is that we all know that social selling is important, but many of us don't know how to do it properly. Can we have some tactical advice on how to do social selling more effectively?
Okay.
While implementing the twist, of course.
Okay. So, hi, everyone. So I get really excited. I know we've been out of COVID for a while, but I still say hi on screen. So hi, it's great to be here and to give you some really good advice about social selling. So the first thing I want you to know is that the LinkedIn, it's a place for networking and for learning. It is not a place to sell. I know that's crazy, but yeah, it's not where we're supposed to go to like obviously sell like right away. So what I want you to do is to go onto LinkedIn and I want you to treat it exactly like that. Treat it like a platform that's there to network first, to learn first, then to sell. Is that cool, everyone? Yeah, right? Cool. Okay, so first piece of advice. When you're sending a connection request, I want you to actually put some information in there. So don't sell. Don't say like, hey, I want to synergize with you or any of that crazy stuff. I just want you to go on, connect with someone authentically, send that connection request there, and see what happens when you treat the platform how it's meant to be used. Okay? Thanks, guys.
All right. Very good. Nice work, Kimberly.
I channeled my inner Sam McKenna.
Good advice and loved your enthusiasm. Absolutely. That's what we're going for. Okay. Next up, we're going to go to Joshua. Joshua, hands on your buzzer. Stop when you're ready.
Stop it. I break it.
All right. Oh, Joshua, looks like you've selected an important problem here. We all know that discovery is important, but what happens when a prospect simply won't open up and give you good information about their problems and challenges? Any tactical advice to overcome that? Of course, while implementing the twist.
Oh my God, this is so cool because really this tactical advice can be so important if you really implement it the right ways. So really dive deep into their needs and listen to what they're saying. Once you can listen to what they're saying and their challenges, it really works to open up a world of knowledge for you to understand more in depth of what their need is. It's sometimes a little bit hard, but building that rapport in the very beginning can be very important. It's really, really, really important to do that first. And then you jump into it and just listen away. It's going to be super beneficial in the end. Keep on listening. Don't stop. And then from there, you can take that advice and everything they're saying and then put it into words so that it helps them understand it.
All right. Great
so hard. That was so hard.
Great advice and good enthusiasm as well. Love it. Fantastic. Good job. So next up, let's go to Amanda. Amanda, hands on your buzzer. Stop when you're ready.
Okay. Stop.
Oh, okay. It looks like you've selected a problem that is a real challenge for sellers and that prospects don't want to be sold to. So what's some tactical ways that we can try and overcome this problem while implementing the twist, of course?
You're right. No one wants to be sold to, like, ever. And because of that, we shouldn't even be selling at all. Like, if you're selling, you've already lost. So in every interaction, we should be doing 3 things. 1, building a connection and really connecting with your buyer in a way where they don't feel like they're being sold to. So small talk's great. You know, the weather is weather. How is your day going so far? I always like to disarm with a joke. Like, I promise to be the least painful thing that you'll have to go through today, and demonstrating credibility. So what do you know about your buyer? Do you know the challenges that are evolving every day that they have to face? Could you imagine a day in their shoes? And then also show empathy. None of those things involve selling.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Good job. Good job. All right. Yeah, that's such a huge point that you make. You got to connect with people on a human level. And until you do that, you know, that any sales motions that you do are just going to be ignored by your prospect. Love it. And enthusiastic. Well done. Okay. Last up, we are going to go to Leslie. Leslie, hands on your buzzer. Stop when you're ready.
Okay, I've just always wanted to be on the sales game show. I'm just so excited. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Stop!
Oh, okay. Well, Leslie, this is a good one. So how do you personalize outreach so that prospects actually pay attention? What's some tactical advice for
Oh my gosh. I have this one. The step that you need to not miss, folks, is don't read your prospects the news and expect them to care. So if you are starting your cold outreach by telling your prospects something they already know, I saw you went to X college, I see you're the VP at ABC company, they're going to hit delete. So if you want your prospects to not just open your messages, but read them and reply to them, make it relevant, make it valuable, make them care.
Love it. Love it. All right. Agreed. Relevance is all that matters, right? You got to make it relevant, or else they're not going to care. They don't care what college that what college that they went to. Good stuff. All right. Well, Caspian, I'm glad you've got this job and not me. That's why I pawned it off to you, buddy. All right.
I know.
So,
I'm waiting for. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, how do things shake out after round 2?
Scores for round 2.
You know, this one was razor close. I wish I could pawn this off to someone else because, seriously, everyone did incredibly. I will say it was really, really tough. I will say Amanda and Kimberly, energy, like twist and energy off the charts. Josh and Leslie, you all still had incredible energy and everyone gave phenomenal sales advice. But full marks to both Kimberly and Amanda with 200 and Leslie and Josh right behind with 190. So currently, as it stands, we have Kimberly and Amanda tied for first with 295, and then Leslie and Josh right behind with 290. So it's a very close game as we head into round 3.
Ooh, I'm excited to see how this shakes out. Well, stay tuned after this commercial break because we're going to come back with our premier sales game we call Sales Impressions. You're not going to want to miss it. Okay, welcome back from the break, everybody. It's time for our premier sales game we call Sales Impressions. Each contestant will use their buzzer to select a random personality to impersonate while sharing 3 things not to do or stop doing in sales. Get ready for Sales Impressions. Oh, I'm so excited for this one. All right, first up, we're going to go to Amanda. Amanda, hands on your buzzer. Stop when you're ready.
Okay. Hope it's someone good. Stop.
All right. I'm excited to see this.
Okay.
3 things to stop doing in sales, Amanda.
3 things to stop doing in sales. Okay, rule numero uno. If a prospect is ghosting you, don't keep reaching out with an empty, just following up email. That's clingy. It's giving LC with Steven circa 2004 vibes. If a prospect is trying to play hardball with you in a negotiation, keep that same energy. Stop just paving in every concession. It's so thirsty. Let's call a spade a spade. Don't let the price and value of your product be determined by how desperate you are. Major lesson today is just stop being thirsty.
Oh, that is so good. Oh, wow. Wow, that was all in and good advice. Oh, love it. Love it. That was completely in character. Just love it.
It's not that hard for me.
Oh, great job. Great job. All right. Next up, we're going to go to Joshua. Joshua, hands on your buzzer. Stop when you're ready.
All right, come on. Boom!
3 things to stop doing in sales, Joshua, is the Godfather.
Sorry. You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding to ask me about 3 tips in sales. I grant you this favor. 1, stop talking so damn much. Listening will always allow you to connect and learn more about what your prospect actually needs. Number 2, following up with irrelevant information is a no-no. But if Joel works at X company and he switched positions, you should know about it. Number 3, stop being unprepared for those one-on-ones with your leader. Come in ready for it. If you're not ready for it, affanculo. Okay? Done.
Wow. Awesome.
And scene.
Oh, you pulled that one out. That was fantastic. Love it. Love it. Oh, man. Really, really good. So I have a fun fact about The Godfather, about Marlon Brando in that position. One thing that he actually did when he filmed that movie is that in order to get him to talk like that, and he kind of had these little poofy cheeks, he put cotton balls like right here inside of his cheeks that kind of made him poof out, and it helped with his kind of his cadence for how he spoke as well. So
should have done that. I should have done that. Next time.
Next time.
Pull cotton balls out of your
That was
cheeks.
really good though, and great advice. Yeah, great advice. Love it. Okay. Next up, we're going to go to Leslie. Leslie, hands on your buzzer. Stop when you're ready.
Okay, stop.
All right, Leslie. Let's give 3 things to stop doing in sales as a TV news anchor.
Thank you so much, Jeff. On the sales desk, we are going to look at the 3 things that you want to stop doing in sales. So up here, we are going to look at number 1. That is spam the TAM. The spam the TAM approach does not work. Nobody wants your generic outreach. A little bit further down on the map, we are seeing taking yourselves too damn seriously. You're boring. Your outreach is boring. Make it creative, make it fun. And then finally, down here in the corner, we are seeing that you absolutely want to stop just checking in. Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you, Leslie. Yeah. Great reporting from Leslie there. Well done. That was awesome. Yeah, totally. The TV news anchor approach. I love it. Good advice. Good advice too. Okay, last up, we're going to go to Kimberly. Kimberly, hands on your buzzer. Stop when you're ready.
Okay. All right. I've been dreading this. Okay. Stop.
Okay. Kimberly.
So these opinions are not my own.
3 things to stop doing in sales as Jon Stewart.
All right. Welcome to the Daily Show, or the Daily Cold Call Show. I'm your host, Jon Stewart, and today we're going to be talking about cold calls. 867-530. Where'd you get this number? First thing I want you to stop doing, number one, if you cold call me and I pick up and I tell you I'm busy, and you hear in the background maybe Anderson Cooper or National Treasure like calling the election in Florida, maybe I'm busy, right? Like I might actually be busy. So what I want you to do is just, let me hang up, right? I don't need to answer five questions about when you can call me back. Just call me back, all right? Yeah. The second thing I want you to stop doing, okay? Let's talk about the questions. Okay, we ask a lot of questions. So before you give me some value, before I have any idea who you are, I get all the questions. Like, if I don't know who you are, I don't know anything about you, I might answer those questions, like Biden and Trump answer questions about their age. It's got to be very loud, obnoxious, annoying, a little angry, and probably not going to give you much information, right? Because I don't know who you are. So last thing I want you to do, the last step I want you to do, this is super important, so pay attention, come in, pay attention. If I say to you these words, send it to me in an email. Right? Don't freak out, okay? Don't freak out. All I really want you to do is, don't ask me, for 5 more minutes of my time or to book a call. Like my whole company's gonna explode if I don't give you 5 more minutes or time for the calendar right now. Just send me an email, right? Go in, learn about me, do some research, figure out a bit about me, right? Maybe send me an email to catch my eye, subject line, Silver Fox. Plus Daily Show, plus Cheeto Run Clown Face. I don't know, and I'll probably read it. So, go over to LinkedIn, go find a CEO crying for your moment of Zen.
That was brilliant.
Wow, brilliant! Brilliant is right. That was really good. Really good. A lot of nuances in there. I loved it. That was really, really, really good. Oh, I've been here before, Caspian. Relying on you, buddy. All right. How do scores shake out after round 3?
Scores for round 3.
Yeah, well, round 3, my goodness. Let's first just say all of those impressions were absolutely incredible. I did not. It's so funny. I have never heard a Jon Stewart impression, but that was excellent. Like that, I've never heard someone impersonate him, but he has a lot of nuances that I didn't appreciate. I will say it's super close. So I have to give a big props to the man that needs no cotton balls, but felt like he had them in his mouth. Josh, absolutely incredible Godfather impression. I will say that touched on a little bit of nostalgia. I have an inside joke about The Godfather with my brother, so definitely tugged on some heartstrings there. But full marks to both Josh and Leslie. The commitment to a typical news anchor. Again, I have never heard someone impersonate a news anchor, but there's a lot of nuance that you captured. So going into this last area, we are fully tied. It's a 4-way tie. I've not seen this before. This never happens except when it's razor thin. So we're all tied up going into the 4th round. So it all comes down to this last section here. So I'm on the edge of my seat. I don't know about you all.
Oh, wow. This is parody at its finest right here.
Nervous.
Going into the final sales question, we've got each of you tied at 590 points. So this, I've said this before, and I've never meant it more. This is really anyone's sales game at this stage. So let's go ahead and place your wagers now on the category sales job requirements.
With Sailboat, sales leaders can easily click to integrate with their current tech stack, viewing their team's daily revenue-generating activities. As you can see here, you have a full view of your sales rep's day through the lens of their customer interactions. Hey, Levi, I don't know about this pitch idea, man. Can you just tell them what the hell Sailboat's goal is?
Oh, man. Sure. Yeah, it's easy. We're unlocking sales reps' time to maximize their impact.
That's it. And we're looking for sales leadership to join us and provide us feedback if they're up for it.
Copper, hopper, chopper, dropper, stopper. Well then, what is the name of the tool to help me start more conversations in my LinkedIn DMs? Popper, 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 popper. Popper.ai helps me start more conversations in my LinkedIn DMs.
All right, welcome back from the break. As you know, all 4 contestants are tied, so it's truly anybody's sales game. Who's going to be the champion of Sales Game Episode 7? We're going to go ahead and find out now with this final sales question.
Hi, everybody. I'm Hanya Shimchak. Hanya rhymes with lasagna, and I am seeking my next account executive role.
Hi, I'm Bina Nair, and I'm looking for my next account executive role.
Many sales-related positions require or prefer
that a candidate has at least some experience with Salesforce CRM,
which was started and is still run
by what groundbreaking SaaS founder?
All right, first up, we're going to go to Amanda. Amanda, what was your answer to the final sales question? Mark Benioff, that is correct. Some consider him the founder of SaaS, who started Salesforce, one of the very first SaaS companies. And Amanda, how much did you wager? 390. Okay. Well, that puts Amanda into first place. All right. Next up, we are going to go to Josh. Josh, what was your answer to the final sales question?
I'm embarrassed. I saw him speak not too long ago, but I said Chris something.
Chris something.
Wow, you can really read that too.
Judges? No, the judges say that one is not the right answer.
It's cursive.
Okay.
Well, if
I
the judging panel, I'm not sure that we can really take his feedback since Josh previously got Jim fired.
True. What'd you wager, Josh?
All of it.
All of it. Okay. Well, that puts you into, a nice score of 0. So, if you either go big or go home. So
I'm the Godfather. Big or go home. That's it.
Awesome, buddy. Awesome. Well, thanks for playing. All right. Next up, we're going to go to Kimberly. Kimberly, what was your answer to the final sales question?
I went with the populist answer, so not necessarily the correct one, but who everyone believes it is, which is Matthew McConaughey.
I don't know if that one's gonna skate by this time. I love the answer though. And how much did you wager, Kim?
I went big to go home, so I wished it all because I thought you were going to ask like what needs to be on it. What does everyone ask for on a resume?
Love it. All right. Well, Kim and Josh have formed a special kinship here, both at 0 points. So next up, this is where all the drama. Amanda is either the winner of Sales Game Episode 7, or it's Leslie. What's it going to be? Mark Benioff, she got it. Okay. And what did she wager? Oh, 589. Oh, but 1 point. Oh, she comes through.
Because I really like winning.
Congratulations. To Leslie, the winner of Sales Game Episode 7. And she kept it kind of close to the vest there. I was thinking that she didn't have it right. I was already kind of counting Amanda's chickens for her. But she comes from behind. Nice work. All right. That's awesome. Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for playing Sales Game. It's been so great to have you here. And hey, reminder, let's go ahead and get your pets spayed or neutered. I'm Jeff Hatton signing out. This episode was brought to you by Popper AI, and special thanks to our contestants, Leslie Venetz, Kimberly Collins, Amanda Bagley, and Joshua Bailey. Thanks to our celebrity judge, Caspian Lukey, and our awesome candidates looking for their next sales-related jobs. Keep an eye out for new episodes of Sales Game every month. I'm Jeff Hatton, signing out.